I just wonder how you feel now about the circumstances around his suspension, and is Joe Gomez ready to come in, or is it a straight choice maybe between Curtis and Endo at right back?
No, my feelings haven't changed. The moment I saw he got the red card, I was disappointed not to have him against Sunderland. But on the other hand, I think the referee did what he had to do, and that's not what we like if we love football. But it's the rule book, and referees are there to follow the rule book. Joe has not trained with us yet. I'm expecting him to train with us today for the first time. So that's part of the of your question, and indeed we are. If Joe is not ready to start, then we are missing 4 players that have played on that position. But Curtis and Wata also played in that position this year, so we've had 6 different fullbacks, right fullbacks this season.
And this at a time when we've already spoken about the small margin for error that you have in chasing down the Champions League qualification spot now. Just wonder, how are you feeling about how perfect results need to be between now and the end of the season to achieve a top 4, top 5 finish?
Yeah, close to perfection because of the points we are behind. We also know that it's different when you are 4 points behind the team that's 18th or 19th in the league, because they usually don't pick up as many points as the number 3, 4 or 5 picks up. So to close the gap of 4 or 5 points towards the number 3, 4, 5, that means you have to win a lot. And that's not what we've done this season a lot. So that's why that has to be better, and we have to come close to perfection. And margins are indeed very small, because 7 minutes before the end we thought we were 5 points behind City, and 5 minutes later we were 11 points behind.
And now you go to Sunderland, the only team unbeaten at home in the Premier League so far this season. What does that say about how tough it is to bounce straight back after Sunday? Particularly when I'd imagine that maybe confidence has taken a bit more of a hit, given you can see late goals that ultimately takes the game away from you. Yeah, but I have to give a lot of credit to my players, because we've had so many setbacks or hits, the way you said it. So many times we didn't get what we deserved, but every 3 days later they showed up again and brought in a good performance, which not always led to a win. But I've said many times over here that I think there were only 3 halves this season where the other team was far better than us. That was Crystal Palace, that was Man City, and maybe Arsenal away first half, although that was parts of the first half. For the rest, it was close to equal, or we were the far better team. So that is credit to the players, because they've had many setbacks this season. But it's not only that they have a good record at home. I think they have a very good season, Sunderland. But the record at home, I was aware of that as well, and already played against City and Arsenal at home. So that tells you how good of a season they're having and how strong and good they are at home.
Given that they've only just come up from the Championship as well, is there an argument that they've probably had the best season of anybody in the Premier League so far this season?
I think there are more teams that are having a very good season. So Arsenal is definitely one of them. Villa is impressive. Brentford is very impressive, but Sunderland is also impressive, and maybe I forget a few as well. So, but it's definitely an accomplishment or very good that if you are promoted and you come in the Premier League and you do so well, that is a big compliment to their players and to their manager.
Their nickname is the Black Cats up at Sunderland, obviously synonymous with luck and everything. Have you had bad luck this season when any luck has come your way rather than good luck? Is that something that maybe Liverpool have missed this season?
Yeah, that is always the question. It feels like that, that's for sure. I said, even if we sign a player and he's not even playing for us, he gets injured. So yeah, sometimes it feels like that, but the moment you start to feel it's all bad luck, probably it comes to you as well. So we should keep it away as much as possible and just focus on the performance and focus what we can do to improve it. But the amount of times that we conceded late goals in extra time is far more than usual. Yeah, the question is that bad luck or are we to blame? I think I've tried many different things. So I've made defensive substitutions, and the ball went in, and I kept playing the same players, and the ball went in. So we've tried a lot, and sometimes it feels. Now I can fairly say that we haven't been lucky. That is definitely true. Is it then unlucky, or is this part of who we are? Yeah, that is something we can only find out in the upcoming 3 to 4 months.
You said that you had 6 different right backs at different points. What impact do you think that's had then on your form this season to have changed that so often?
Yeah, but then you're only focused on the right fullback position. I think I've had to change in many positions as a result of, because if Dominic plays as right back, he can't play in the midfield, so you have to change the midfield, and that has gone throughout the whole team quite a lot. Difficult to measure. We were talking about bad luck. I've spoken about set pieces. We're talking about injuries. I think this all goes into it. Why results have been how they've been. And I think one other main thing has been that it has took us a while before everyone was ready to play every 3 days at Premier League and Champions League level. But for me, we've reached that point now, because if I compare our game against City 3 or 4 months ago, where we wanted to press them in the first half, aggressive as well, now we hardly touched the ball. So the game 2 days ago was so much different that I think that shows how much steps we've made through all the things we went through, after all the things we went through. So yeah, that is also a reason, but yeah, there are more reasons to come up why the season has been, why it has gone like that, like this. But the main thing is to look forward. And from the last 5-6 games we've played, I get a lot of confidence from that. But we need to bring that confidence into better results.
A couple of weeks ago, he said about Calvin Ramsey maybe being behind some options at right back. But do you understand why some fans are saying put a round peg in a round hole, especially after his performance against Crystal Palace? Because there were some good moments for him. Is it just not played enough recently to be considered for the Premier League?
What is in a round hole? What does that mean?
Basically, he's a right back who can play a right back pretty much.
Sorry?
He's a right back who
Yeah.
is a right back rather than Curtis or Enzo, who would feel to do would be makeshift options.
Yeah. Now, I think in general, if you don't win a game, the players who are not playing become the best players of the squad. And that is, I think, everywhere in the world the same. So if the players who are starting not winning, then the manager could have always better chosen another one. That and I think this is an example of that as well. I just want to protect all my players, and I've chosen other players till now, and that's also what I'm going to do tomorrow.
Hi, Arne. I assume you spoke with them after the game. Could you tell us how you reacted after the red card and suspension?
No, I think his main disappointment was that we lost the game after him scoring such a great goal and us being so close to a result. And then, of course, the emotions are also there by getting a red card and missing out on a Sunderland game, which is not good for him and not for the team. So, of course, he was, as all the others, very disappointed about the last 10 minutes of the game.
Hi, Arne. I wanted to ask you about Alisson. Since he's been at the club, his passing has been a massive asset both in defence and attack. But in recent seasons, his accuracy has dropped off a little bit. I think this season it's at its lowest since he's been at the club. How big a concern is that for you? Is there anything you can do to maybe help him improve that?
No, I think then you have to dive deeper into the stats, because maybe he has to play more long balls now, and if he has to play more long balls, that usually doesn't help your passing accuracy. So yeah, I'm working with him now for 1.5 years, and I've seen the same goalkeeper last season as I see this season. So, but yeah, sometimes stats can be helpful, sometimes they can be misleading, and I think Donnarumma didn't have that many passing accuracy last game, because both teams try to press really high and aggressive. Yeah, that is different than when they go to a low block. Then the goalkeeper can just pass it to one of his centre backs. So, by the way, the main thing for a goalkeeper is always shot stopping, and that's what he does really well.